Am I audible at all? Yeah, it looks like I'm audible. Am I audible now? Am I audible now? Hello? Yeah. Yes. So, did you all revise yesterday's space technology? See, I'll just want to tell you one thing upfront. I have very bad headache today. I'll try my best to communicate and take the class in the best manner possible. But if there is any lag from my end, I'll cover all your doubts in some other session. So did you cover yesterday's class? Did you cover space technology? You revised everything? Yeah, we are good there. Yes. Yes. See, the class that we are gonna have today is all about money, banking, and banking related reforms, etc. The questions in this topic are of two different categories. In fact, there are three types of questions. First type of question is about money. In money, they will ask you various types of money, different forms of currency, e-rupee, digital currency, and all these kind of questions. Then in the second part, they will ask you questions on the functioning of RBI and the monetary policy. Monetary policy is basically a policy measure that is used to handle various kinds of situations of economic growth that is happening in this country. You will understand what it is in the next 5 minutes. Don't worry about it. So the second type of questions are all about monetary policy. The third type of questions are about banking sectors based reforms, various committees, etc. etc. We will cover all these three topics that are necessary for the exam, starting with the basics of money. So, you tell me what is Barter system? See, there is nothing much to review about today's exam, etc. We will talk about it at the end. You tell me what is Barter system here? Please tell me what is Barter system? Exchanging money with, no, it is not about exchanging money with something. Back then, when there is no money, etc., people used to exchange different goods with each other. For example, you have tomatoes, I have potatoes. I want your tomatoes, you want my potatoes. We will exchange things, right? This kind of system we called it as a barter system. But can you tell me what is a major problem in barter system? Can you tell me what is a major problem with respect to barter system? Yes, goods against goods. You are right. Things are exchanged instead of money. Yes. Yes. Yeah. The one problem is about double coincidence of wants. Can you elaborate what it is? See, there is one problem with respect to barter system, that is about double coincidence of wants. Wherein, if let us say you have tomatoes, I have potatoes. I want your tomato, but you don't want potato. You want something like rice. You want something like wheat. There, your wants and my wants are not coinciding with each other. Your wants are different, my wants are different. Such scenario is called as double coincidence of wants. That is first problem. Second problem is you cannot divide. For example, you have a large thing. You have a large ox or something like that, and you want, let's say, a pair of shoes. You cannot divide your ox into small pieces and say, take this small piece of ox and you give me shoe. So you cannot divide it. And some things are also not durable. You cannot store them and they might be perishable, etc. etc. So there are a lot of problems with respect to barter system, and from the problems of barter system, we have our modern day concept of money, right? We have today's concept of money, and all this has come from barter system. So that is the basics. And now when we have money, there are certain things that you have to know with respect to money. The first thing that you have to know with respect to money is about the functions of money. See, the primary function of money is that it has to act as a medium of exchange. You want a pen, you will give money and you will buy a pen. You want a pencil, you will give money and you will get a pencil. So their money is acting as a medium of exchange. Whatever you want something from others, you are giving money and you are taking whatever you want. So money is your medium of exchange, right? That is the first thing. Second thing, you are using money to measure the value of something. For example, this stylus, you measure it and say this stylus is worth, let's say, 500 rupees. You are measuring the value of this good. So money is used for two major purposes. One is as a medium of exchange. The second thing is a measure of value. So these are two major functions of money. They will ask you in exams what is the primary function of money, what is the secondary function of money. The primary functions are medium of exchange and measure of value. You should be very clear at it. The second thing is the secondary functions. Secondary functions are the supplementary functions. That is something that supports the main function. So in secondary functions, one, we have storage of value. See, the reason why we are calling this as storage of value is that except money, if you have anything else, you cannot store them. Especially when there is barter system, you can't store the commodities and you can't wait for 5 years, 6 years, etc. But if you have money, you can store the value of the product in the form of money. 5 kgs of wheat, you can store it as 500 rupees. 100 kgs of, sorry, 1 kg of gold, let us say. You can store it in terms of its money. Let's say, I don't know what is the current rate of gold. Let's assume 1 lakh rupees or something like that. Okay, 1 lakh, 10 lakh, whatever. So gold, you are storing it in the form of money. So the value of a product, you are measuring the value of a product, you are storing the value of a product. Primary function is measuring the value of a value, and secondary function is storage of value. There is the other function of money, which is called as deferred payments. Meaning of deferred payments is deferment is also called as postponement. Right? So if you want to defer your payments, that is, you want EMI. Yes, these notes are all available on Telegram, and you can download the notes with the help of the link that is there in the description of the video. Okay, so deferred payments, the meaning of deferred is called as postponement. Deferred, so if you have money, you can postpone the payment. You can utilize the let's say the options such as EMI, etc. If you want to buy something, you don't have enough money, then you can postpone your payments and you can go for options such as EMI. So that function is called as deferred payments. Then transfer of value. Obviously, you are giving someone something and taking something else, and you're transferring the value of it. So these are the functions of money. You have two kinds of functions. One is primary functions, the other is secondary functions. They will ask you the functions of money in examinations. Okay. So next is about the contingency functions. This is okay. Basically, these are derived functions. These are there in the NCERT, but in the exams they will ask you primary value and secondary value only, right? So this is the first part. There are a lot of questions on this. Can you try question number 1? Please try question number 1. Consider the following statements about barter system. So it eliminates double coincidence of wants. It does not provide something. It makes deferred payments difficult. Which of the statements are true? Please try this question. You have 30 seconds. You can try this. See, one way of handling this question is that you look at all the options. You will say 1 is right or wrong, and 1 is wrong. Okay, 2 is right, 3 is right, 4 is wrong, 2 and 3. This is one way. The other way is that you will look at all the options. Okay, answer choice 2 is there in 3 options, 3 is also there in 3 options, and then 4. So what I will do is I'll check about answer choice number 4. First thing is I'll see answer choice 4, and answer choice 4 is wrong, so I eliminate A, I eliminated D. Now it is 2 and 3. Then I look at answer choice 1, 1 is also wrong, this is eliminated, answer is B. So you can do these questions in either ways. You use elimination techniques or you read all the statements. You will use it based on the situations and the scenario. Yes, Manshi, the previous chapters are completed. They are in the part of the playlist. You can check it out. The basics of macroeconomics, they are all completed. You can check it. Now, please solve question number 2. Please try and solve question number 2. You can use either elimination. See, if I want to use elimination, I'll check for answer choice number 2 first. Okay, regarding the functions of money, deferred payments enables borrowing and lending. 2 is right. So, yeah. Now I have to look at, let's say, answer choice 1. Storage of value is a secondary function of money. Yes, 1 is also right. 1 is right. 2 is right. And medium of exchange is not a contingent function. So 3 is wrong. Answer is A. Did you answer this question properly, or do you have any questions here, doubts here? Yes. This is 4th class, Santosh. There is 5th class. There will be 6th class. How can I say those 3 classes are enough? See, if those 3 classes are enough, why will I take up 4th class? Please, here. If those 3 classes are enough, why will I take 4th class today, dear? Please do question number 3. Money assertion is money is universally accepted medium of exchange. Reason, it solves the problem of double coincidence of wants present in the barter system. Okay. How many of you say A? How many of you say B? Everybody is saying A. I want you to tell me why B is wrong. Everyone who is saying A, I want you to tell me why B is wrong. Satya went for B. Others, please tell me why is B wrong according to you? How is the reason explaining the assertion? Money is the universally accepted medium of exchange. But is it because double coincidence of wants problem is sorted? Is it just because double coincidence of wants is sorted? No, no. See, I know that if you are say going for A, it is a correct explanation. But I want you to explain why. What is your logic behind it? Just because you say it is a correct explanation, that is not my question, right? My question is, what made you think that it is a right explanation? Money is you accepted as a universal medium of exchange because it sorted the problem of double coincidence of wants. It also sorted the problem of storage. It started the problem of divisibility. It sorted all the problems. Okay, it is not just about double coincidence of wants. It sorted all the problems, right? It sorts all the problems. That is why you are accepting it as a medium of exchange. Yes or no? Right? So, yeah, it is a partial explanation only. It is not a full explanation. Now, question number 4. What is question number 4? C is B. What is, please solve question 4. Money as a store of value allows people to transfer purchasing power over time. Money is perishable in nature. Is it right or not? Question is not visible. Why? It's on full screen, no? Yes, everyone is right. Answer choice C. Yes, you're all correct. Answer is C. Right. Question 5, please. Arey, answers aa gaya. ठीक है. There are answers, right? Yeah. Question number 5, please. Primary functions of the money are medium of exchange and measure of value. Primary functions are medium of exchange and measure of value. Okay, I will do that. I will do that. Yes, both are correct now. Okay. So, please tell me, what are the primary functions of money? Let's just quickly revise what are the primary functions of money. Okay, okay, Asmita. I saw your comment. Okay, after the class is done, I'll just check it out and I'll post it. I have the notification. I will post it on the Telegram channel. Don't worry. I will post it. So, what are the primary functions of money? Medium of exchange, very good. And second one? Yes, medium of exchange is right. What is the second function of money? Measure of value, very good. Now I want you to listen to me for the next 2 minutes. I will introduce two different words. One is fiat money, the other is legal tender. One is fiat money, the other is legal tender. Usually people are confused between these two words. I want to give you a clarity on these two words. See, legal tender is any document which the government says you must accept this for payments. Let us say tomorrow government of India comes and says if anybody comes and gives you a Duracell AA battery, you must accept this as a measure of payment. If anybody comes and tells, if the government if the government says an order saying that Duracell is a valid payment, if you want 1 kilo rice, you have to give 100 Duracell batteries. If you want 10 kilos of rice, you have to give some number of etc etc. So if somebody wants to buy something by giving you a Duracell battery, you must accept it. That is called as legal tender. So if government says you must accept this for any kind of transaction, that is called as a legal tender. So government says it is mandatory to accept it for any kind of transaction. This is called as legal tender. Now the meaning of fiat money is, the meaning of fiat money is also a legal tender, but the only difference is fiat money is issued by the government itself. Government issues the fiat money and it is usually backed by the government. And for example, you have a 100 rupee note. Reserve Bank of India governor signs on it and says that I promise the bearer a value of 100 rupees. The government is backing it. Government is issuing the document and government says this is a legal tender. Such money is called as fiat money. Now, if you understood what is fiat money and what is legal tender, I have a question for you. Question is, there is a check. There is a State Bank of India check. Is this a fiat money or a legal tender? Is this a fiat money or a legal tender? Very good, legal tender, because who issues the check? You and I. Government is not issuing the check. You and I are issuing the check. Yes, very good. Now one more question. Is a 25 paise coin, or let's say 10 paise coin, is this a fiat money or a legal tender? Is this a fiat money or a legal tender? Yep, okay. See, unfortunately, these are not fiat money, these are not legal tenders. In India, 50 paise coin is where it is a minimum legal tender value. Okay. In India, 50 paise coin is the legal tender value. Now, there is one thing called as limited legal tender, unlimited legal tender. It is very simple. Let's say you go to a car showroom and you wanted to buy a car worth 10 lakh rupees. And you say you are such a sadistic individual that you go to a car showroom and say, I will pay you only in 1 rupee coins. I will carry bags and bags of 1 rupee coins and I want to buy a car. Is the car showroom mandated to accept those 1 rupee coins from you? Should they accept it at all or not? What is the rule? Is it acceptable, or what is going to happen? What do you think will happen? Okay, by law, the car company can say smoothly get lost. They can smoothly say get lost. The reason is, if you are using coins, let it be 1 rupee coin, let it be a 10 rupee coin, let it be a 20 rupee coin, it is a legal tender only till a limit of 1000 rupees. Beyond 1000 rupees, if you are paying me using 1 rupee coin, 10 rupee coins, I can say, no, sorry, thank you so much. So I can say that. That kind of thing is called as limited legal tender. That is called as limited legal tender, whereas all currency notes are unlimited or infinite legal tender. There is one individual who did this here. I think it was in Hyundai showroom or something. Just for the sake of views or something, he did this nonsense. There was one guy who did this nonsense. Really, he did this. He did this in a Hyundai showroom where he went and he gave all 1 rupee coins, and those guys were counting for a whole day. So this is basic difference between legal tender and fiat money, and the limited legal tender and unlimited legal tender. Okay, so there is a legal limit. For example, there is a small error here. All the coins, limited legal tenders are all coins up to 1000 rupees, whereas unlimited legal tenders are all kinds of currencies, etc. Now I want to tell you about the new forms of money. See, original form of money, it started with metallic money. We all know that there are coins, etc., etc. There are metallic money, there are punch mark coins. The entire ancient history is all about coins. When you are studying ancient history, please make sure you study coins, because coins is very important theme in ancient history. They will ask you questions on it. The reason is that if you can understand coins, if you can see and if you can look at coins, numismatics, the study of coins is called as numismatics. If you are good at numismatics, you can understand how prosperous the kingdom is. If there are a lot of gold coins and the amount of gold is very high in those gold coins, then you can say that the kingdom is very rich and prosperous. If the quantity of gold is very less in those coins, then you can obviously say the king is a poor guy. There was very less amount of gold in those coins. Or for that matter, if there are, let us say, there is there was some place, I think it is Padukottai, which is there. There is one place where there are a lot of excavations, and in the excavations they found Roman coins, Mesopotamian coins, Egyptian coins, etc. So if you find any such coins, the meaning is that there was a lot of maritime trade and exchange going on. For example, there are Roman gold coins in India. The meaning is that we are exporting gold coins to them, etc., etc. So this is all about coinages, coin related study. The initial form of currency is all about coins, and they are called as punch marked coins. So from coins we have paper money today. After paper money we have plastic money. Plastic money as in all your cards, etc. And now we have e-money or electronic money. Electronic money is stored in your mobile phones in the form of UPI, whatever it is, phone pay, UPI, everyone knows it. Then we have cryptocurrencies, etc. Then there is one more word that I should explain, that is called as NFTs. NFT is a very interesting thing. NFTs are called as non fungible tokens. The meaning of fungibility in English is divisibility or dividing. Ability to divide something into small pieces is called as fungibility. Now, non-fungible tokens are very simple. It is a type of currency. It's not actually a currency. Now, basically, let's say you have a Mona Lisa painting. The value of that Mona Lisa painting is, for example, let us say some $10,000. Now, if I tear down that Mona Lisa painting into 4 parts, is the value of the Mona Lisa painting still the same? Would it be the same? Or it will have zero value once I tear down the painting? No, it will be zero. Yes. So Mona Lisa painting is a token. It is a token for the $10,000. It represents $10,000. But if I divide it into pieces, the value is zero. So certain things which are token like currencies, but if you divide them into pieces, their value goes to zero. They are called as non-fungible tokens. So if again anytime you see a word called as NFT, just remember Mona Lisa paintings. You tear it, you break it into pieces, it is useless. Such things are called as non-fungible tokens. It could be, let us say, a certificate kind of a thing, or any kind of digital assets, etc. So they are called as non-fungible tokens. Cryptocurrencies are cryptocurrency, it's basically a Bitcoin network where you're mining and you're mining, you're taking out the currencies, etc. Right? You are mining things and you're taking out currency, and that is your cryptocurrency. Basically, cryptocurrency is currently it's not legal in India, it's not legal tender, etc. But yeah, that's about the cryptocurrency, basics of cryptocurrency. The whole point is cryptocurrency story is all a gamble. Okay. It's all, I hope majority of you know about this. Cryptocurrency is basically a gamble where they are jacking up the prices, etc., etc. Yes, I just a second. I'm looking at your question, Akash Ravi. If I have 10 rupee note and tear that into 10 pieces, no, it has value. You take all the 10 pieces safely to the bank and give them, they will give you new 10 rupee note. 10 rupee note is not an NFT, because if you tear it into pieces, you collect all the pieces and go to a bank. Ideally, bank has to replace. Bank has to take the torn note and they have to give you the fresh note. You tape it, you go to a bank. Again, you'll have, I promise the bearer a value of 10 rupees. So it is not an NFT. Okay. So this is about all these things. Then there is one more very interesting form of money that I have to tell you, that is known as e-rupee. Okay, I want to tell you about one currency which is called as e-rupee. They might ask about this in exams. Okay, now how many of you are, I mean, I'm sure most of you will be aware that there is one scheme in the state of Andhra Pradesh. There used to be a scheme in the state of Andhra Pradesh. I don't know if it is still valid or not, where the scheme name is called as Amma Odi. If you are sending your child to the government school, the parent will be given money. Okay, I don't know how many of are aware of this, but there is a scheme like this. So let's say there is an amount of, I think it is around 10,000 rupees. If the child is sent to a government school, parent will be given money. Okay, right? Now my question is, how many of you think this money will be used only for the child's betterment or child's education? What is the guarantee that the father will not use this money, or he will not drink out of this money, or he will not use it to pay back the loan, or etc., any kind of activities? There are all such chances, right? There are all such chances that these kind of activities can happen. So the NPCI came up with a concept called as e-rupee. Okay, NPCI came up with a new concept called as e-rupee. The meaning of e-rupee is that it is a electronic voucher. See, it could be in the mother's account here, but everybody knows that in rural villages, if father drinks and comes home, he will start hitting the mother till she gives that money, and maybe whatever savings she has. We know all those scenarios, right? So NPCI came up with one format of currency which is called as e-rupee. E-rupee is basically a voucher. For example, let us say the government wants to give 10,000 rupees, and in this 10,000 rupees, let us say government says 5,000 rupees is for child's food. Okay, and 1,500 rupees is for books, and let us say some 1,000 rupees is for some bag, and let us say 5 plus 7.5 is done. Another 1,500 rupees is for some uniform, and 1,000 rupees is for shoe. Okay, government says this is a breakdown. Now what government does is that it will issue e-rupees, as in 5,000 rupee e-rupee. Now this 5,000 rupee is like a card or a credit card kind of thing, or a token. You can use it only in a shop where food is sold. You can use it only to buy food. This 1,500 rupees, you can use it only in a bookshop, and this 1,000 rupees, you can use it only in a bag shop. So that way, it is a targeted welfare measure. It is a targeted money redistribution system in which you allot a voucher for a specific purpose, and that voucher can be used only at that place. This is called as e-rupee, and e-rupee is conceptualized by NPCI. NPCI is a organization that is there in India. NPCI basically coordinates all kinds of our rupee based activities and all those things. Okay, all our online payment systems, especially UPI, RuPay card, IMPS, etc. All these are handled by NPCI. Yes, it's kind of a gift card. Exactly, it's kind of a gift card. So it is all managed by NPCI. Now there are certain acts that you need to know. First thing is Payments and Settlements Act of 2007. Payment and Settlements Systems Act of 2007. All the payment systems in India are regulated by Reserve Bank under this particular act. Okay, then there is one more thing called as I told you, NPCI, which is a organization, and this organization handles all the payment systems. Okay, so is there any doubt about this? What is e-rupee? E-rupee? I hope this is clear for you. Now tell me, what is the full form of UPI? Please give me the full form of UPI. UPI, and then we will go to the other full forms and we will look at them. What is your question, Ganesh? I think I just missed it. Please tell me, what is your question? Yes, UPI is Unified Payments Interface. Very good. And what is IMPS? What is IMPS? What is IMPS? Immediate payment settlements? No, it is immediate payment settlement, right? It is not immediate permanent service here. Please check it out. I might be wrong as well. But IMPS is, yes, immediate payment service. Yes, immediate payment service. It's not permanent. Immediate payment service. Very good. See, these are the full forms: IMPS, NEFT, and RTGS. Earlier, they used to ask these kind of full forms. Now they can ask this in MTS exams. Okay, I am not sure where they're gonna ask, but they may ask you in MTS exams. There is one more thing called as UPI 123 Pay. This is all for those feature phones. It is based on interactive voice response. Like if you want to send money, press 1. If you want to receive money, press 2. If you want to know your balance, press 3. If you want to feel irritated, press 4. So that is called as UPI 123 Pay. And UPI, Government of India is working on linking UPI with a lot of other countries. Can someone tell me or come up with a reason why Government of India is pushing for integration of UPI with all the other countries? Now Singapore is using UPI integration, Nepal is using integration with UPI. Okay, Nepal is doing that, France is doing it, UAE is doing it. Can someone understand why we are doing all these UPI integrations, etc.? What could be the ultimate goal for all of this? If you are good at understanding global geopolitics, global politics, you can tell why. You can. It's not about diversification. I'm sure someone of you might have heard about a word called as a de-dollarization. Basically, world is vexed up with the bullying of United States of America, and the days of dollar is done. See, the day of dollar is done, as in we don't know when, but there is one day when dollar will be out of league. That day, everybody will fight for the race. China is doing its best, India is doing its best, and India, as a part of its bid for for integrating itself into the world economic system, we are integrating UPI to various other countries. So this is the reason why we are doing all these kind of things. So they can ask you these kind of questions. UPI is used in which other countries, etc., etc. Okay. So this is about the money and all those things. Then we have wallets. You know what are wallets, right? Wallets are basically prepaid instruments. Wallets are all basically prepaid instruments, as in we have Amazon wallet, we have Zepto wallet, we have Rapido wallet. There are types of wallets. First wallet is a closed wallet. So your wallet is closed. You put in money, you can't take your money outside. You have to use your money within the wallet. Let's say there is a Rapido account. You put 500 rupees. You can use it only for Rapido services. You can't take out money. This is called as a closed PPI. Okay. PPI is prepaid instruments, and a closed PPI is a system where you just put in money and there is no going out of money. Okay. Whereas let us say there is a wallet, you can put in money, you can transfer this money out to your bank account also. This is called as open PPI. This is the difference between a open PPI and a closed PPI, right? So this is about prepaid instruments. Then there is one more system called as Aadhaar enabled payment system, AEPS. AEPS is called as Aadhaar enabled payment system. The reason why we need AEPS is if you are Amazon wallet is closed payment system. Amazon is closed. Right now, the reason why we want Aadhaar enabled payment system is still even today there are a lot of villages where there is no proper banking facilities. Banking facilities even today are restricted to a lot of mandal headquarters, but in villages there are no banking facilities. When there is no systemic banking facility, people cannot save their money. It is difficult for them to save money, and if they are not integrated into banking system, it is difficult for them to get formal loans. And if you are aware, if there is one biggest reason which is there behind the suicides of farmers, it is because of the debt. If you want to curtail the debt, there are two things that you need to do. One is working on improving the income of the farmer. Second is the ability to give them proper credit. And a farmer can be given credit if he is using a banking system. Because if it is a public sector bank, let us say SBI, etc., where you have an agricultural loan. Okay, if you are aware, you took an agricultural loan and you have not paid back. Bank is not allowed to take your land, especially only for an agricultural land. You have this provision. So, if you want a farmer, a rural village, a rural economy to develop, you need banking facilities. But it is very difficult for banks to come and establish a brick and mortar bank in all small villages. So there we have a system called as Aadhaar enabled payment system, where one banking correspondent or someone will go there. It is a micro ATM kind of a thing, a small device. You will put your thumb, you will authenticate, and you will give the cash to the person. The person, the banking mitra or banking correspondent, will take that money and they will deposit in the bank in your account. Similarly, if you want to withdraw your cash, you will put your thumb, you will authorize it with the help of your Aadhaar, and your banking mitra or your banking correspondent will give you money. So this kind of mechanism where you can withdraw cash, you can withdraw cash, you can deposit money, you can check your bank balance, you can transfer money. This mechanism, with the help of an Aadhaar card using a small micro ATM kind of a setup, is called as Aadhaar enabled payment system. And this is one step towards financial inclusion in India. Now my question to you, what is the major flagship scheme to ensure financial inclusion in this country? What is a major scheme that is going on to ensure that there is a financial inclusion in this country? Quick, please be faster. No, not PM Kisan. Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. Yes, yes, Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana is a flagship scheme to ensure financial inclusion in this country. Okay, this can be a direct statement in your exam as well. Now, along with that, you also have Bharat Bill Payment System. Government is working on this, where it is one single platform on which you can pay all kinds of fee. For example, school fee, DTH fee, this card recharge, that card recharge. You can do all sorts of nonsense on using Bharat Bill Payment System. Then we have National Automated Clearing House. This is a interesting thing. Right, government gives you pensions, right? Most of us receive pensions on, most of us, as in not us, our parental generations or our grandparental generation. Everybody gets their pensions on a particular date, more or less at the same time. Someone gets their pension in the morning, somebody gets in the evening, but more or less on the same day. Similarly, everybody gets their salaries on the same day, more or less morning and evening. In that manner, everybody gets their salaries, right? So there is one mechanism where government can clear the bulk amounts, bulk transactions, and that is called as National Automatic Clearing House. So this is used to clear bulk transactions. This is used to clear bulk transactions, right? So this is about all the types of money, etc., etc. And government has also, and this is about NFT, which we spoke already. Then there is something called as direct benefit transfer. I hope you know this. Amount is directly transferred into the beneficiary's account, which is called as direct benefit transfer, right? So can someone try this question? Please try question number one. Wait, I think the question is too big. We will, yeah, please do question number two. Question, I can't display all the entire question in single sheet, so we will do question number two. You have this PDF, you can download the PDF and you can practice the other questions. Range of bulk transactions is very high. Government subsidies are dispersed in amounts of hundreds of crores at the same time. In a bulk transaction, government pays clear subsidies worth thousands of crores. Please look at question number two. CBDC, central bank digital currency. Monday, space class 2 is on Monday. On Saturday and Sunday, I have exam. I can't take a class on Saturday and Sunday. So the next space class 2 will be on Monday. I'll give you the upcoming week schedule at the end of this class. We will discuss at the end of the class and I'll give you the schedule. Don't worry. Please solve the question. CBDC is central bank digital currency. What happened, sir? Is the question clearly visible? I'm using a simple Word document. So is the question clear and visible properly? Okay. Let's look at it. Digital rupee is issued and backed by Reserve Bank of India. Yes, if it is a digital currency, it has to be issued and backed by by Reserve Bank of India. So this is right. Then we will look at the other options. Wholesale CBDC in India is intended for interbank settlements. No, this is wrong. So 2 is wrong, 2 is wrong, 1 is right, 2 is wrong. So my decision is at 3. CBDC transactions earn interest similar to bank savings account. The central bank digital currency transactions earn interest. There is no clear guidelines on this. So we will go with the answer choice B. There are no clear guidelines on it. So we will go with answer choice B. This is about CBDC, etc. And there are a lot of questions on this. You can practice. Now I am coming to the actual topic, that is monetary policy, money in India. Now before I go there, I want to tell you, or I'll explain what is a monetary policy and how it happens on a blank slide. I'll take 10 minutes of your time and I will explain the whole funda of what is RBI function, what RBI does, etc. etc. Right? So see, in any country has one thing, that is growth. If there is a growth, growth will lead to inflation. How many of you agree with this statement? For any country, what I'm saying is, if there is a growth, growth will lead to inflation. What do you say? See, not completely, but more or less, growth is associated with some inflation. If there is growth, see, any country goes through a cycle. There is a boom period, there is a fall period, there is a recession period. So when you're growing and growing and growing, your GDP is increasing, and at this point, at a particular point, your potential GDP, your real GDP will actually cross your potential GDP, and you're growing. And in this phase, you have some amount of inflation, and and after you reach a particular boom period, you will start dropping down. Then this phase, you call it as a recession phase, right? This is a very common aspect. So every economy goes through this particular cycle. There is a growth cycle, there is a recession cycle. Growth cycle is associated with inflation, and recession cycle is associated with something called as a deflation. Now the objective of any government central bank is that it wants to control inflation and it wants to boost growth. Usually usually I will talk about what is the targeted inflation management, etc., etc. Don't worry, but at this point, please understand, usually any central bank has got two objectives. One is inflation management, the other is growth. These two are handled by a policy called as monetary policy. In the first step, I will explain how monetary policy works. See, let us say there is a lot of demand in a country. There is heavy demand. Because of very heavy demand, there is a lot of inflation. There is a lot of demand, because of that there is a lot of inflation. Now, if I want to reduce demand, what should I do? I have two answers. Okay, there is a lot of demand in the country, because of which all prices are very high. So I want to reduce the demand. I have two options. Number one, take money out of people's hands. Number two, put more money in people's hands. What is the right way to do? Take away money or put money? What is the right thing to do? Yeah, are you taking out money from the people? Option one. So basically, if there is inflation, if there is a lot of inflation going on, you want to take out money. You want to take out money. If there is deflation going on, you want to give money. You want to give money to the people. So in the entire topic of monetary policy, we will look at two things. Number one, Reserve Bank of India. Number two, entire system. This system includes banks. This system includes people, everybody. If money is coming like this, if money is coming off, if RBI is taking the money out of the system, this is inflation management. Okay, this is done during inflation. If inflation is high, you're sucking the money out of the system. Whereas if RBI wants to promote growth, if RBI wants to send more money, if it is supplying money, if it is flushing the market with money, right? If it is flushing the market with money, this is done to increase growth, right? So there are two types of monetary policies. One is contractionary monetary policy. All these is written in the notes, but to make you understand with ease, I am writing on the board. One is contraction monetary policy. Second is expansion monetary policy. If RBI is sucking money from the market, market is shrinking, the money in the market is shrinking, this is called as contractionary monetary policy. Yasin, I cannot use words simpler than this. I think the words are very, very simple. Whereas if RBI is pushing more money, you are sending more money, you are increasing the size of the market, you are increasing the quantum of money in the market. This is called as expansion policy. This is called as expansion policy. Is this clear till now? Number one, inflation. Number two, deflation. Number three, contraction monetary policy. Number four, expansion monetary policy. Are these four words crystal clear? If this is clear, then I will slightly add the next player and I'll explain how monetary policy works. Right. Now, when I am talking about RBI sending money into the market, into the system, obviously RBI cannot go to every individual and it cannot put money in everyone's bank account. Right? You cannot put money in everybody's bank account. It is not going to happen. So you need one intermediary. You need someone else who can do this work for RBI, who can help RBI in putting money. So this is where a bank comes. This is where a bank comes. Usually in an economy, bank gives loans to people. Bank gives loans to people. There is a 5% interest rate case number one. There is 10% interest rate case number two. In which scenario people will take more loan from the bank? People will take more loan from the bank in which scenario? Yes. So when money is cheap, right? So now you have Reserve Bank of India, you have bank, you have people. Your ultimate target is you want people to have less money. Which means bank should make money costly. If bank has to make money costly, then obviously Reserve Bank of India has to make money costly. Money should become expensive. Yes. Increase the interest rates. So Reserve Bank of India implements monetary policy through interest rates. That is through the bank. Whatever money is given to the bank, Reserve Bank of India will play with banks. There you have various kinds of mechanisms. We will talk about it. But till here, did you understand? Till here, did you understand how RBI functions and what is the role of a bank and how the whole inflation management happens? The functioning of monetary policy. Now I have a question for you. You saw the entire mechanism. I want you to list out all the challenges that are there for for Reserve Bank of India to implement this policy effectively? What are the problems that are faced by Reserve Bank of India, or for that matter any central bank, to effectively implement a monetary policy? What are the problems? What could be the problems? Come on, think. I'm waiting for an answer. The first guy who comes up with an answer, with a correct answer, people must adapt to that interest rate since someone could afford. Okay, can you make it slightly better? It's good. It's nearly right, but can you make it slightly better? See, the whole implementation of the monetary policy is now dependent upon banks. RBI, let us say, RBI decreased the interest rates. RBI said, okay, RBI said there is a lot of scarcity of money. Yes, coordination and implementation from the banks is the real problem. Banks is the real problem. That is why at some point of time RBI finds it difficult to handle banks, to direct banks to implement the monetary policy effectively, right? So this is the basics of monetary policy. Now we will get into the actual terms of monetary policy, etc. Now I was teaching about the monetary policy. There is a lot of types of banks which is there in the notes, and you can go through the notes. Okay, I will take up the core technical topics. Just a moment. Yep. We are talking about RBI. RBI is the basic regulator of the entire banking system in India, and RBI is based on the Act of 1934, and there is one more act called as Banking Regulations Act of 1949. So RBI controls and handles all the banks and banks related activities. If anybody is not working properly, anybody is violating any kind of guidelines, etc., then RBI can take legal action and penalty action on these particular banks. Now we are looking at the banking terminologies and monetary policy terminologies. Monetary policy is the method in which RBI is controlling the supply of money. RBI controls the supply of money. It will either reduce the money in the market or it will increase the money in the market. That policy is called as monetary policy. And the objective is to ensure that prices are stable. There is economic growth in the country. Both are to be balanced. But today RBI does only one activity, that is inflation management only. Now let us look at certain terminologies. First is bank rate. There is RBI, there is bank. Bank wants some money. Banks will come to RBI and say, hey, give me some money, give me some loan. Let's say I want 100 crore rupee loan. Give me some loan. Bank will come and they will ask for the loan, and they will take the loan. The rate of interest at which bank is taking this loan, this is called as bank rate. Okay. Bank is taking a loan from Reserve Bank of India for a long period of time, and that rate is called as bank rate. And bank rate is used to control, obviously bank rate can be used to control the inflation. Let's say bank rate is very high, then it means that you are making money very costly, so you are expecting that the bank will reduce the amount of loan that is being given out. So that is how you are handling inflation. Or if you are decreasing the bank rate, it means that you are giving free loans. You want more and more people to borrow, you want more and more people to have money. So this is about decreasing bank rate and increasing bank rate. Now there is one more tool called as repo. Repo, the meaning is repurchase operations or repurchase agreements. So how repo works is very interesting. Just a second, I'll write it here itself. Before that, do you know something called as GSEC, government securities? There is something called as government securities. Government securities are nothing but bonds. Okay, let's say government of India tomorrow wants 5,000 crore rupees. How will government raise money? It's not like government is going to go to a printing press and is going to print all the 5,000 rupees, right? 5,000 crore print, it cannot print, right? The government will issue securities. The security will say, you take these paper today, you come back after 10 years, I will give you whatever money you have given me. So these kind of documents are called as securities. Usually, whenever government wants money, Okay, let's say government tomorrow wants 5,000 crore rupees. Government wants 5,000 crore rupees. Okay, what government does is it will dial up, finance minister will, or Ministry of Finance will dial up the Reserve Bank of India and say, hey, Reserve Bank of India, give me 5,000 crore. What Reserve Bank of India will say is that government, it says, hey, wait, I can't give you the cash, so I will raise some securities. It will raise some papers, and it will call up all the banks and sell, hello, 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 listen, there are papers for sale, you can take these papers. If you come back after 10 years, government is going to give you 15% interest, and I am taking guarantee. If the government fails to pay, I will pay on your behalf. Okay, this is how basically government securities work. Government securities are issued by RBI to banks whenever government wants money. Now my question is, why? Why do bank take a government security? Of course they get interest. What is the other reason? The other reason is, in future, if bank wants a loan, the bank can use the same government security papers as a collateral with RBI. Right? This is just like an asset building for bank. Let's say there is one bank. Bank 1 has this much amount of government securities. Bank 2 has this much amount of government securities. And bank 3 has only this much. Now there are 3 banks. If let us say bank 3 went into a trouble, it had a problem. Okay, I think the image is not clear. I'll draw again. Bank 1, this is the quantity. Bank 2, this is the quantity. Bank 3, this is the quantity. Okay, small quantity. Now there is some problem for bank 3. Let's say bank 3 went, somebody did a lot of cheating. Someone like Nirav Modi took a lot of loan from bank 3 and they went off and they did not pay money. Now, if bank 3 has more government securities, it can go to RBI. It can say, hey, take all these papers, take all my government securities, my assets, and give me some money. I am in a problem and I want to solve my problem. So basically, government securities are like assets for any bank. So government securities are like an asset for any bank. So banks will collect government securities. Now we will talk about what is repo. The whole story is that I wanted to tell you how banks get those government securities. Now what happens is, there is RBI, there are banks. Banks will say, these are 100 crore worth government securities. Take these 100 crore worth paper. Okay. Government or RBI got papers and RBI says, take these 100 crore. But tomorrow, after 1 month, if you want these papers again, you pay me 105 crore. This 5 crore is the profit for the Reserve Bank. This is called as repurchase agreement. Okay, repo and reverse repo are very simple. Bank gives papers, bank takes money. After 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, bank wants its papers, then it will pay higher amount. Let's say you took 100 rupees, it will pay 105 rupees. It will pay 105 and it will take the paper back. Right? This is about government securities. See, the paper contains some government documentation and all those kind of nonsense activities. So you understood what is repo? How a repo system works? Repo is where commercial banks or public sector banks, etc., take money from RBI. So you have repo, you have RBI, you have bank. Bank says, please take the paper and give me 100 crore. Tomorrow, when I want these papers again, I will come there. Tomorrow, when I want these papers again, I will give you 105 crore and I will take back my paper. This is called as repurchase agreement or repo operations. Sovereign gold bonds and SGBs are not G6, Akash. SGBs are not G6. No. So is repo clear? You understood what is repo? We will close the class in the next 5 minutes. As I told you in the beginning of the class, I have very bad headache today. So we will close the class after I explain you what is repo and what is reverse repo. So this is repo. Now there are two scenarios. First scenario, there is RBI, there is a bank. Bank gave paper and it took 100 crore. 100 crore. No, we cannot buy government securities. Now again, after 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, etc., bank paid back 107 crore. This is scenario 1. Scenario 2. Bank pays back 1 or 2 crore. Okay. In which case, bank is getting more profit. In which case, this is repo rate. This is what I'm talking. This is the same repo rate that I'm talking about. In which case, bank is getting profit. Which means if repo is low, now you tell me, if repo is low, who gets profit? RBI or banks? Who gets profit? If repo is low, who is getting profited? RBI or banks? Bank. Which means if RBI wants to reduce inflation, should RBI increase repo or decrease repo? If RBI wants to decrease inflation, what are you doing? Increase, exactly. So now you don't have to mug up this line. Repo rate increase is inflation control. Repo rate decrease is for economic activity. You don't have to mug up this line ever in your life. It is crystal clear. You understood how repo works, right? Yes. Now, reverse repo. This is the last topic that I'm talking for today. Reverse repo. This is very, very simple. Earlier, there is RBI, there is bank. Bank gave paper and took money first. This is repo. This is when bank wanted money. Now, there could be situations where RBI wants to take money. Let's say there is a lot of inflation going on and banks are not willing to come. Banks are not willing to come to RBI. They are not asking any loans. They are very calm. They are doing very well. But RBI wants to take money out of the banks. What it can say is, hey bank, take my paper. I also have G6. All the players have government securities and T-bills. I'll tell you what is government security. I'll tell you what is a T-bill in the next class. Don't worry. Take my papers. Give me some cash of 100 crore. After 1 month, I will pay you 105 crore and take back my papers. This is called as reverse repo. Right? Crystal clear? What is repo? What is reverse repo? Is this clear? In a repo operation, you have RBI, you have bank. Bank puts its papers and it takes money. So, if repo is increased, it means money is becoming costly. If repo is increased, money is becoming costly. So, this is about inflation management. Whereas in reverse repo, you have RBI, you have bank. RBI gives papers and takes money. So reverse repo, if you are increasing reverse repo, what happens? It is to expand. It is to expand the economy. It is to give more profits to the banks. So did you understand what is repo and what is reverse repo? I hope after this class you should not have any confusion about repo and reverse repo. Right. Now, just give me 2 minutes. We will finalize the schedule for the next week and we will call it a day for today. See, next week there is one class I have to take on space technology, class number 2. Yes, reverse repo also comes under inflation. Usually it is to suck money from the banks. Usually, reverse repo is used to take money out of the banks. In RBI will not. Yes, RBI will not get profit. RBI will not get profited in reverse repo operations. RBI wants to take money out of the system. RBI is sucking money out of the system. So there it is not getting any profits. Their bank is getting profited or bank is at a loss. That is the situation. I have to take one class on space technology, class number 2, and I have to take one class on monetary policy, class number 2. I could complete only till repo and reverse repo. I have to deal 2 more parts. One is about CRR, SLR, MSF, LAF, then there is LTRO, right? So these kind of operations, this I have to discuss in monetary policy too. And I should teach you the banking sector related reforms. There are a lot of reforms, especially there is Narsimhan Committee 1, Narsimhan Committee 2. There is one Urjit Patel Committee, Insolvency Bankruptcy Board of India, and there is one more act called as SARFACI Act. I have to teach you these aspects. This is class number 2 with respect to money banking systems. So next week, from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 5 days, I want to give 2 days for GS and 2 days for English and 1 day for reasoning. We will handle all the new topics. So in these 2 days of GS, on Monday, shall we do monetary policy and let us complete monetary policy on Monday? We will complete monetary policy on Monday and we will do space technology 2 on Tuesday. And on Wednesday, we are doing reading comprehensions. And Thursday, we are doing narration and parajumbles. And Friday, we are doing cause effect arguments. So is this okay? Is this clear? Is this schedule very comfortable for you all? I hope this should work. In the same manner, we'll have 1 hour class in a day and we will finish, right? So this is our upcoming schedule. Okay, let me reiterate. On Monday, we are completing the topic of monetary policy and banking sector reforms. And on Tuesday, we are doing space technology class number 2. On Wednesday, we are doing reading comprehension. And on Thursday, we are doing narration. And on Friday, we are doing cause, effect, and other reasoning related topics. So this is our plan for the upcoming week, right? So shall we call it a day? Do you have any other questions or queries that you want to talk? I am available for a quick chat for 2 to 3 minutes. And after that, we will close the class. Yeah, I am looking at the comment section and I am available for any kind of discussion. Please come up with all your questions that you have. So if there are no questions, why CBI and ED are under MHA, not under Supreme Court or Ministry and MF? Not, see, there is no body which functions under Supreme Court. These are executive agencies. See, there are 3 different setups. There are clear setups. There are 3 clear setups. One is executive, one is legislature, one is judiciary. So these are executive agencies. The executive agencies should be there under executive bodies, that is ministry. So you have ED, CBI, etc. under MHA and Ministry of Finance. And regarding the 130th Constitutional Amendment Bill, see, 130th Constitutional Amendment Bill aims at removing all those politicians who are alleged on any kind of criminal activity for which they are arrested and they are kept in jail for more than 30 days. For example, a politician is arrested for 30 days on a particular criminal charge and court did not give him bail for 30 days. On 31st day, either he should resign or he loses his right to continue in the office. That is about 130th Constitutional Amendment Bill, and it is a very good positive step in ensuring that there is a lot of political accountability in this country. Now there are different sets of arguments where one section is arguing that government will use it as a tool to quell the opposition, but the fact is at some point of time this government has to go into opposition and the opposition will come into the government. So that is about 130th Amendment Bill. And how to improve your score in aptitude? Please elaborate your question. I'll address it. but CBI and ED won't arrest Prime Minister. Then see, if the Prime Minister did a crime, if the Prime Minister is involved in a crime, then obviously he is liable to be arrested. And see, you cannot arrest a Prime Minister, or for that matter a Home Minister or anyone, based on allegations. There can be n number of allegations that are going on, but if there is a foolproof proof, or if there is a proper case that is framed, then yes, definitely even a Prime Minister can be arrested, Chief Minister also can be arrested. But there has to be proper evidence, there has to be a proper foolproof case that is built around it. Any other questions? Cotswold, how to improve score in aptitude? Can you please elaborate your question, as in what is your current score and how are you doing? Where are you missing out? If you can explain these three things, then I will address your question. Any possibility to start? See, 2026 batch will start from 15th of September. It's just 15 more days. Please don't worry. We will start 2026 batch from 15th of September. We will announce all the details on YouTube as well in the next 5 to 6 days. On the eve of Teachers Day, we want to come up with a special offer that on that day we will be announcing BrahMos 2026 batch, and we will give you a very interesting thing on that day. And classes will commence from 15th of September. It's just 15 days, don't worry. We will cover up everything. See, today's phase 13 re-exam, there are mixed reviews. For example, somebody is saying that the paper is very easy. The point is that all the three levels, that is graduation, 10th standard, etc., etc., are conducted in the same shift for different sets of students. So the reviews are mixed, and it is very difficult to judge anything based on that, because the sample, that is the number of students who are giving the phase 13 exam, is very less. So even if the phase 13 exam is done in a very smooth and sophisticated manner, there is no guarantee that SSC can implement and it can replicate the same thing in the upcoming SSC CGL, because the number of students that are going to give SSC is almost into 10 times on that day. There is no last day to enroll in our course, no issues. On 2026 batch, we will start discussing about 2026 batch in the next few days. There is a discount of 2899. I mean, there is a discount that is going on, and 2899 is the fee, right? Yes, you can expect a clear-cut video on 2026 batch along with demos before 5th of September. We are working on demos. Once demos are ready, we will give you a very clear-cut idea on what is 2026 batch, where I want to tell you what are the reasons why a person finds it difficult to handle and clear any exam in the first term or in the first attempt. And there I will tell you the solutions that are needed to handle the exam and to clear the exam exactly in one attempt. So that is the whole idea of the 2026 program. And yeah, there is no last date to enroll it. Phase 13 exam is also not conducted properly, will surely impact CGL2 for sure. They are unable to handle 60,000 students too. How can they handle 30 lakh students? I agree with your concerns, Charan. Your concern is completely correct. It might be problematic for SSC to handle these many number of students, and we have to wait and watch. I sincerely pray that there will not be any kind of glitches and problems. But I want to tell you one thing. See, SSC chairman has clearly said that they are testing the systems, meaning which they are utilizing this year for a test case. In that scenario, there can be problems in SSC CGL of 2025. There can be glitches, there will be problems. Please expect the unexpected, be prepared for problems, and that way you will be mentally ready for the upcoming exam. So that is the only suggestion that I can give you. Please expect that there will be problems and get ready for that. Do whatever you can, give your best, don't get mentally disturbed. Many of us found problems in the exam of steno and in the exam of phase 13. We found it as a shock because we are not used to such kind of nonsense problems. So we found it a shock and our brain was not working at its best capacity. So this time for the upcoming CGL 2025, all I can tell you is be prepared for the worst case scenario, and in that manner you will not lose your cool. Okay, you will not lose your cool in that exam date. A very beginner with zero knowledge as yes, absolutely. Yes, Vinay Kumar, 100%. The whole plan of Ramos is for beginners who are starting, who did not do earlier and who was doing it. The plan on Teachers' Day is reserved for Teachers' Day. One of my friend wrote exam in Delhi. He told that he did not come across stats, probability, and trigonometry and new stuff that came earlier. Yes, this is going on. Again, it is not clear whether this is for 10th standard or graduation, etc. And I really hope that these new topics of especially statistics, probability, the Carl Pearson coefficient, the skewedness, etc., all that nonsense is not asked in your CGL, at least in your tier 1, because it is not mentioned in tier 1 syllabus. It would be extremely unfair if they ask those kind of questions. So yeah, I hope those questions are not asked in your upcoming exam. Shall we call it a day? This is all for today. Shall we call it a day? Essay has now become. Yeah, you should prepare on a whole. Yes, you should prepare on a whole. Akash Ravi. Yes. Bye, Sindhu. So, which is best? Whether focus on 4 sections of aptitude, reasoning, English, GS, dairy, or I mean, are you a beginner or you have completed your syllabus and you're revising? See, if you're a beginner, my suggestion is take up GS and English at once, finish it, then go to maths and reasoning. It is not wise to take GS maths at a time because both are heavy subjects, both are important subjects. So it is not at all good to take up GS maths at the same time. So if you are a beginner, take up GS and English first, finish it off. Meanwhile, do basics of mathematics, then go to maths and reasoning. If you are a seasoned player, if you are a repeater who completed their syllabus already, then it is based on your comfort. You can take up 3 sections a day and you can handle those 3 sections in a single day. Any other questions? Thank you so much for your time. See you all again on Monday. Classes, you will have 1 to 2 hours of a class in a day, Mohit. In the or initial days, we will not push you for a class more than 1.5 hour a day. More than classes as a more than classes as a part of Brahmos program, we will make you read. I will tell you what book to read, what pages to read, what to write, how to prepare your notes, and I will make you do those things. So Brahmos is not just a place where we are dumping content and we are giving you video lectures. We will give you tasks. We want you to do those tasks and we will conduct tests based on those tasks. So that is a guided program. It is not just a recorded classes or it's not a VOD batch. So the classes that you will be watching on any given day will not be more than 2 hours. But the time that you are spending on that day after those 2 hours is again 4 more hours. Rudra, you're from 21 hour series. It's very hard to avoid all the surroundings and focus on studies. Please help me how to be focused by avoiding all the controversies. Okay, sir, can the batch be useful if you prepare for UPSC after SSC? It will give you, see, the GS portion will give you a good foundation. I can assure that it will give you a very good foundation. The Brahmos GS that I am going to teach will give you decent foundation on which you can build upon for any kind of competitive exams. Let it be CSC, let it be CAPF, CDS, etc. The foundation base will be set. Okay, now coming to Rudra's discussion about the surrounding controversy that is going on around us and the kind of impact that is going to have on our mental health. I want to tell you something upfront. Whatever is happening is not about students. I want you to understand the real dynamics that are going on around it. It is for different and ulterior motives, and it will not be wise to discuss more about it. The fact is that real student is not bothered about this. I mean, if you are a proper student at this point of time, ideally, you should not be bothered about this because happen what may, exam is going to be conducted. Exam will be conducted, and will there be problems? The answer for that is yes. So, my sincere request is that don't even give any minute of time for those kind of controversies. It is not in your benefit. It is not for your benefit. It did not start for your benefit. It is not in your benefit, and it will not be for your benefit. Okay, this is a harsh reality. Day one when protest started on this very YouTube channel on Siddhi, I told you that ki, bhai, protest is not the way to go. Protest will not give you any solution. Please write a letter to the Chief Justice that might bring up some kind of solution, and judiciary is the door to knock. And today, after all the kind of spinning that is going on, after all the kind of wonderful activity that is going on, people are coming to the same door. So my sincere request is, the protests and all are motivated with a different kind of a thing, so kindly don't get into it. That's not where you are stepping into. Please be focused on your work, and trust me, serious aspirants are studying. There are few people who are affected by this, but there are good number of students who are studying for the upcoming exam. That is what I want you to remember. There are people, they are studying for the upcoming exam, they are giving their best amidst all the chaos. So please work on it. Any guidance for EPFO at this moment? No, but we will have one separate live session in the name of Clarify with Siddhi sometime after the next week, where we will talk about all those kind of things. So this is all for today. Thank you so much. See you all in the next class on Monday. Have a great weekend. All the best.